Yanki and Brit, the RTM
Radio Network.
Hey, Smoky Mountain, Robinson, Miracles, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. That's what it was, Motown.
We are just jamming away over here.
Having a
We're
blast
just
over here. Donna flips the
partying.
video camera on and looking like a couple retards over here, but still having a good time.
I know the first video that we took, there was no music, so we just kind of looked like we're just dancing to nothing. Oh my gosh.
Hey, so how's everybody doing Sunday night over here? Kind of a mishmash of whatever. We got a special guest tonight. Jacqueline Seymour is going to be joining
Never
us.
mind Jacqueline Seymour.
What?
Look who is in the chat room.
Who?
Rachel Chard is in the chat room.
Rachel,
Shannon, Larry, the lovely
Shannon
80-year-old Larry, Mrs. Dave, her govern ass of RTM Radio,
Mrs.
is
Dave,
in the chat room.
the old great white one.
The most beautiful lady in the entire world, Sandy Fisher, is here too. Shannon the Bungholio is here.
I'm guessing Mr. Dave gave up on us because I haven't heard a word from him unless she shopped him to death. And my feet are killing me.
I
Give me
know.
another
I bet
beer.
Mr. Dave is sat on his bum, tending to his poor wounded feet.
So anyways, just jamming and having some fun over here, trying to shake everybody awake on a Sunday night. That's what we're here to do. Like I said, Jacqueline Seymour is going to join us. She does electronic dance music.
Yes,
Some
she
crazy
does.
stuff. Probably most of you aren't going to care for it too much, but you youngins are going to get a kick out
Yeah,
of it.
you guys are gonna like party
And we like
hard.
it. We're okay with it. It's like not rap. That's the main. Nah,
As long as it's not rap.
it's not rap, so it's okay.
We don't care so long as it's
He's
not rap.
shopped out for sure.
That's my girl. I knew I liked Mrs. Dave.
Mm-hmm.
She shopped out Mr. Dave. Ha ha.
So anyways, that's what we got going. Just jamming some Motown stuff over here. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I got my old radio jingles all lined up. I just get a kick out of those things. Wish I could get us some.
Larry, I missed it. I totally missed Harry's show. We went to Dairy Queen and we just sat there and wasted the afternoon away, didn't we?
We did. We're a wasteful bunch. And there's Cheryl. Hello,
Cheryl's
Cheryl.
in the chat room as well. Hey.
What's going
Got a
on?
full chat room over here, and Jacqueline Seymour is going to come on at the top of the hour. You guys are going to love her. She's just a big bundle of fun, isn't she?
Yeah, she's pretty wild. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of her. So hang around for that. In the meantime, let's get back over here and let's do some of that cool Motown music and anything else you might pop into your head. The Yanki and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. Mary Wells and my guy, 721 on the RTM Radio Network with Rand the Man and
Top of
Donna.
the hour. All hell is about to break loose
Here it
on
comes.
our station right here with Jacqueline Seymour.
That
She's
would be
going
her.
to turn us into noisy people, isn't she? She's going to turn us all crazy.
Gonna-
I know it.
gonna-
I know it. If you're listening, we know it.
Gonna fit right in.
Yes.
My request, some Michael Jackson. Howard Jones, Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network, 7:30, straight down on the old clockaroni. Going to throw one of these Jacqueline Seymour tunes
We'll
at
put
you.
some Pink on for Shannon. Probably not that horrible rappy song. No, we'll probably put some Pink on for Shannon. I know she asked for it earlier.
Ooh, pink.
Yes. Yes, you can have some of that later. If you're a good boy, mind.
Ooh, wife. Oh, oh,
And if you put on plenty of Doctor Who.
oh. Anyways, like I said,
What did you
Jacqueline
say?
Seymour, back and forth. We'll give you a little taste of this so you can see what's coming up.
Take me aside.
Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network,
Radio
Jacqueline Seymour.
Network.
There's a little taste of what's coming up.
Yes. Yes,
Can't wait to
yes,
get her on the
yes.
phone. The gal was funny as hell.
So these
Really
guys
gonna
are
like her.
talking in the chat room about Dairy Queen. That stuff, I just squirted the tinsiest bit on my finger, Larry. I tell you what, I shuddered. Randy was laughing because my face screwed up like I'd just eaten a tangy orange. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting. How do you guys eat that stuff?
Their tacos are friggin' awesome, man. Way better than a hamburger. But yeah, their food's all right. Not bad at all. Uh-oh.
What?
That ain't looking good, is it?
Oh, the chat. Sometimes the chat does that. Don't worry.
Well, that's stupid.
Do
Bring
not
me my
panic.
chat back.
Do not panic.
Damn it, Jim.
Look at Larry's, as we've just got a new Dairy Queen about 8 blocks from my home. Oh my gosh, I bet that's where he disappears to when he's supposed to be in our
They're
chat
still
room.
building those places, huh? How cool is
Yeah.
that? All right.
That's why he turns up late for our show with all food dribbled down his top. Well,
I didn't know you still had the chat going on over
yeah,
there.
it just I got booted off it last night.
Okay, well, I can't see a thing that's going on. But in the meantime, Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston with the Yankee and the Brit. Some more of that groovy Motown. Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston. Takes Two with the Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network, 739. By request, some Pink.
Made a wrong turn once or twice. To me.
Pink, fucking perfect. The Yankee and the Brit.
The RTM Radio Network by request from Shannon Bungholiolio.
I like what you said earlier, Shannon Olio.
Shannonolio.
Shanolio. Okay. It's
What?
getting close to that time. Let's throw out a couple more of these Jacqueline Seymour tunes before she gets here, shall we?
Yes, yes, yes.
This is called Glow.
And then you can tell her how much you love her in the chat room.
They'd come crashing.
Gotta love it. Jacqueline Seymour.
On the RTM Radio Network. Can you believe she's coming on here? We are so lucky. We have had some of the most awesome people on this show. And
Should
we're
be
going to have
here in-
another one
Should be
tonight.
here in just about 11 minutes or so.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to do another one from her once you
All
guys get a
hell
good
will
taste of
break
what she
loose.
does. Pardon me?
I said all hell will break loose on this show. Look at that.
Oh, a double nutter.
It's like my wonky boobs, isn't it? This
What,
is,
all melted
this
together?
Is a double joined peanut M&M.
Nothing like a good set of nuts, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought so. Hey, that's some good stuff, Maynard. Jacqueline Seymour. Love it, man. She's going to be on the phone here with us in just a few minutes. She's actually
is
there
here
now.
right now.
But Donna's entertaining her in her Donna kind of way.
Yes,
so.
I dragged her in by her ear rolls, and she's in the chat with us right now.
Let's throw one more on here, and then we'll get her on the phone, shall we?
Yes, we will.
I love this stuff, man. It's pretty damn cool. Jacqueline Seymour with the Yankee and the Brit. Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network. I am not going to be able to hear for the next 6 months. I had that cranking up.
What, because of Jacqueline Seymour on the line? Are you saying she's got a big mouth?
No, I didn't say such a thing.
So,
Hello?
say hello, Jacqueline. Are you there?
Hey everyone, how are ya?
I told you she's got a big mouth.
I have a very big mouth.
Oh, come on. How are you?
I'm good. How about you guys? You guys have a great Thanksgiving?
Yes, we did. Lots and lots of food. Oh my gosh, and we just love the food the next day. Just reheating.
Leftovers are
I
way better.
feel like a huge, gigantic stuffed turkey. I will not touch turkey for probably the next 2 years after what I ate.
We had roast beef, actually.
I'm sure. Really? Wow. That's good.
Well, yeah, but Christmas dinner better be turkey on the table.
Yeah, well, you know, he asked his mum for roast beef, so she gave him roast beef, and all day he was like, "Oh, I can't wait for that turkey." I said, "You know, you're really not having turkey, don't you?" And then he was like, and then he got over there, and it was beef. Oh, boring.
Did you have?
Oh no! You know, it's probably better though that you didn't because you're probably not so tired and bloated and from all that salt and everything. Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
When Christmas comes around, I make spaghetti and meatballs and lasagna. I stay away from the turkey and the ham.
Oh.
Yeah, I go all out. I make it homemade, and it's really good.
Hey, are you Italian?
Oh, baby.
I'm not. My husband is.
You got Italian in you?
My husband said you got Italian in you.
Probably a number of times by
Hey,
the number
hey.
of kids you have.
We don't want to know about your sex life.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm Jewish and he's Catholic, so we got the whole, the Austrian and the Italian thing going here. So it's kind of an odd couple.
Oh, no, she's Jewish. That means you have to have the soup.
Oh, yes. I know all the Jewish jokes out there are. I just can't remember them.
Waiter, there's a soup in my fry. Oh,
I get the one with the penny all the time. Hey, there's a penny on the ground. You going to pick that up?
Oh, yeah, I never
Nope.
thought of that one. You're the kind that'll spend a penny to save a dime.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. My husband yells at me all the time because I'll spend and he's the saver. So he looks at me and he's like, "Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet?"
No, wait, there's one more penny on the ground.
The sad thing is, he always has the luck. We'll be places and he'll see money laying around and he'll be like, "Oh, hey, somebody just left that for me." And I'll say, "Turn it in." And he's like, "Nope." That's going in my pocket.
I wouldn't turn in a bag of $200,000 cash either.
Would you not? I feel guilty, I would.
Not me, I'd take it. I'd run.
I do too. I feel so guilty that when we're at the casino and my husband wants me to spend the money, I pocket it and walk out.
Oh, I'd grab that sack and run like a white boy.
I'm the only one that leaves the casino with money.
Oh, you're one of the chosen few then.
Hey!
Yes.
I'd
Hey,
take
hey,
that money
hey.
and run like a white boy. Whew.
Hey, what did we just play of hers? What song did we just play just now, a few
Forever.
minutes ago? We just played Forever, and we were just jamming along over here. Tell us about that song.
That song, Forever, I've actually wrote, believe it or not, for my husband.
Oh.
I was just playing around one day, and I came up with the lyrics, and I was, writing along to something else originally, to another instrumental I had from someone else, and then I decided to go a different way with it, and I produced the song, my own instrumentals for it, and then ended up releasing it like that, and I loved it. I really loved it. And that one's more of a more melodic style that I've done, closer in between, a piano style / pop EDM. I wanted to change it up, but I really loved the vocals on that one when I did that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, hey, let's get into the music a minute. Who, what?
Who, what, where,
Who
why,
makes-
which, what?
Who makes the music? I mean, do you play all the music too, or do you have somebody that puts it all together for you?
Sometimes I collaborate with other producers and labels, DJs. Different. I change it up a little bit. Recently, the past year, I've been producing my own songs. A few of them I've produced: Summer Skies, Candy Kisses, Forever, Neverland, You and I, Glow, Neon Lights, and I'm actually going to be producing another one pretty soon. But Candy Kisses is actually in the midst, and Summer Skies is being remixed by someone in California who's a pretty big name out there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that changes up. I mean, it's very interesting when you do a song and you produce a song, you create it, and yourself, versus collaborating with someone else, because your structure is so much different from what you hear from another person when you're constructing it yourself. And then when a producer or a DJ takes it and reconstructs it to remix it, you get a completely different sound there too. So it's really interesting.
Well, I'm not. Sorry.
I was just about to say, are you quite critical of your own work?
Am I quick to what? Sorry.
Are you critical of your own work? If you do
Critical,
it
I am.
for yourself.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I actually, I will ask numerous opinions of it. I'll ask different people in the field what they think. I will ask my husband, my kids, just people that I know really support my music and really like it. My best friend, Gina, she's awesome at really telling me where she can hear something to be changed or tweaked, or just something that might sound better with my voice. The funny thing is I leave my window open and she's right next door, so she can hear me singing all the way next door.
How cool is that?
When I'm recording in my studio.
I hope that you bought her some protective ear gear for Christmas.
she's literally about 2 houses away from me too, which is great. But
now you know what to
funny.
get her for
It's
Christmas.
funny. So yeah, exactly, with some headphones, with no ear jacks. But but yeah, it can be really tough when you're producing your own stuff because it's you're so used to having somebody else produce it for you. I do get some help sometimes with the production of my tracks. I actually have somebody who I go to who's in Spain, and I ask his opinion, get some help from him, advice where we can tweak it, what we can make better, things like that to really create the sound. I usually stick to more of the European crossover American style because I know in Europe that's really where EDM has been for a long time, and now it's been crossing over to America.
Well, do you actually sit at the mixing board and do you use the equipment to make the music and add the synthesis and all of that yourself, or?
I do, but I also send it out. So it's definitely a collaborated effort. Usually, the people that I work with, that I do the production with, they're called ghost producers, where their name doesn't get involved. It's strictly your track, strictly something you're creating and producing, your sound. And what you do is you put the ideas into the computer, into certain areas of it, and then you send it to that person or those people, and they really create the sound for you, send it back to you, anything you want changed. So it's really a group effort. It's really time-consuming, too. I mean, and then the vocals usually come in after, but there have been times where I've created the vocals first, like Candy Kisses, and then I actually went in and created the instrumental with those people. So it's really a collaborated effort between a group of people to create a great sound.
Well, I'm not really familiar with that type of music in a sense of how it's actually made. I mean, is there? Obviously, you don't have drummers and guitarists, right? Everything is made through a machine. Am I even on the right?
Sometimes you actually can. There are sometimes when they do involve live instruments, but the ones that we use are called synths, which it's almost like a keyboard, and you do loops. And basically, if you like a sound, you loop it. If you like another sound, you loop that in, and then it's a whole process of creating it together. It's actually a learning process. I've been learning for quite a few years, and I'm still learning. I like to say I'm never done learning.
Well, probably with all the different sounds and effects that there are, I mean, you'll probably never run out of things to make it a little bit different.
No, there's always more to add in, and especially with every year that comes around and every month. There's always something new that that the music industry is producing with synths. There's new sounds. There's new ways of looping. There's just all kinds of crazy things that you can do.
So with this new with this synth,
go ahead. Sorry.
with this synth, is it software involved? I mean, when you get an update, do you get an update where you plug it in and it just adds it in, or?
You have to usually download it, or you have to buy a software system and basically add it in to whatever computer system you have. Me, I don't have a Mac, which I actually should get because I really like them much more. So the people that I work with usually transform it into their Mac, and they do some extra adding. Macs tend to have a lot more you can add in. The computer that I have doesn't have as much stuff that I can add in. So basically, when I'm mixing and everything, I have to send out for anything that I don't have in my computer for them to add in and mix in.
But how do you know what it is you want to add? I mean, if you've never heard it or you don't know about something, how do you come up with the idea?
You feel it. It's basically like if I come up with a melody in my head, I pull different synths to try to feel what sounds right. And then with the vocals tend to help quite a bit, because if there's anything we want to go back in when I get a demo in. So if I'm creating a mix, an instrumental before my vocal goes on, once I get that demo down and I hear something that's not quite right, I'll send it out, have that tweaked, have it sent back to me, and then I record on it. So it's only a demo base, but I'm recording on it. And then what happens is usually I'll go back in, tweak some things, send it back out, and have that other person or those people that, the label, whoever it is, they'll reconstruct the track completely, like the instrumental, around my vocals, and they'll actually take my vocals and reconstruct my vocals too, and create this incredible sound. And if there's things like if they send it back to me and I don't like it, I'll send it back and I'll say this is what I want to fix with it, because once basically I have that basic track down, I can't fix it from my computer. They only can. So it depends. I mean, every track is very different. It depends on our collaboration. It depends on if it's a split collaboration, if it's a solo collab, solo collab, where I'm just doing it, but I have people involved working for me or with me. A solo collab involves me paying that person to help me.
Somebody in the chat, Deborah, wants to know, did you do the song Butterfly Kisses?
No, I would have loved to, though. That song is beautiful. That's I've heard that song. That was actually in my wedding. That was my one of my songs I danced to at my own wedding. So it is a beautiful song, though.
Nothing like being proud of yourself. Well, I can't think of the name of the song. Cher did it. Was her voice done through a synth like that, basically? Do you know what I'm talking about? Which song that is?
It probably was. I mean, there's so many. Her voice itself probably wasn't done from a synth, but what they probably did was they added effect to it. With my voice, there's always effect added of some sort, because with EDM, it's so overpowering to a regular vocal that they have to add something in there just to draw the vocals out and make them really stand out in a track. With a regular instrumental, per se, like a regular piano that you use, like a live instrument, your voice doesn't need to have those changes made, because you're not usually anyway, unless you're pitchy or things like that. Then it goes through a processing process. It goes through basically they add reverb or delay, things like that, just to really draw the vocals out. That's why when you hear so many artists live, they don't sound quite like what they sound like on their tracks, because it's such a different process when you're recording to have something either live or computer processed in some ways. My voice, it has some effect on it, but that's technically me. My talking voice is so much deeper than my singing voice.
I was just going to ask.
And my husband always says to me, my husband says to me, I like your singing voice so much better.
Well, you got to love that guy.
Oh, yeah, he's honest.
I was just going to ask, is this your real voice you're talking to us with?
Yes, this is my real voice.
All right, let's turn on the synthesizer.
I have to say a quick hello. I see Dale Adams is on.
Yes,
hi, Dale. I'm seeing him in the chat room. He's a good friend of mine.
Yes, he is.
I see a bunch of different names in here. I'm seeing, let's see here. But quick hello to Dale Adams. Let's see here. Who else do I know? Not sure if anybody.
In the chat. She is Debra, because she's Debra that holds the tits.
Yes! Hi, Deborah! We have Shannon, and let me see, Ben, let's see here, Rachel, Larry. I'm doing a shout-out to everybody I see on chat right now. I think that's it. I think that's it on chat right now. I got to do a shout-out to my best friend, Gina Wheeler.
Hey, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Hello, Gina.
I know she's listening.
Oh, Gina.
She's probably trying to figure out how to get in chat right now.
Well, how did you ever get involved in this kind of music? I mean, how did you end up doing this? I mean, most people grow up rock and rollers or country people or pop, punk, but you ended up with this. I grew up to listening to my dad playing piano. He was a classical pianist, and
a doctor, but he played the piano on the side, loved it, and he played it for, wine tastings, everything. And I used to sit and listen to him, and then, I started to sing. I took singing lessons, and we used to do show tunes. We would do show tunes to Les Miserables, Cats, like the song Memory, just all of these different songs. And then I said to him one day, I said, I really want to take piano. And I started to take piano, and I struggled because I could not read music. And I used to go in, and the only time I could read the music was when I had the teacher showing it to me, and I never understood why I couldn't read music. So to this day, I cannot read music. I mean, I can read certain things, but everything is played by ear. I train myself by ear. Melodies, I've trained myself by ear. So when I started with music, I started to play on a old piano I had, just a rickety old piano I had that my husband had gotten for me, just from a clean-out that he did, because he does estate clean-outs. And I played, and I actually came up with a few songs, and we had some friends over one day that were outside, and I had the window open, and they said, wow, you need to go record that stuff. And I said, oh, no, it's just for fun. And they said, no, really, you should make a career out of it. And I always wanted to. It was always something I really wanted, but having kids, it's like, oh, yeah, it's in the back of your head. Why am I going to do that? And they said to me, everybody has a dream. And if you don't go get your dream, I'm going to be really mad at you. Well, I never forget that.
If your husband would quit filling you with sausage, you wouldn't have that problem.
Italian sausage!
Speaking of which, have you seen the movie Sausage Party? I can't even comment.
No, but I will now.
Is it rude? Will it make me blush?
Yeah, it's beyond rude. The ending is, I can't even say it because so many people will be mad at me who haven't seen it. So it is, let's put it this way, it's so bad it's good. It will make you cry hysterically. It's the funny. My son went with us, which was probably the most embarrassing thing to bring my 16-year-old son with my husband and I to watch this movie. But he has the dirtiest mind compared to us any day, so it was quite comical sitting in that theater. So we couldn't keep quiet.
Where do you suppose you got that from?
But definitely the husband and I. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I might do child safe lyrics, but we can laugh with the best of them.
This could lead to some very interesting music.
Yes, it could.
You're going to have to start adding porno sounds to the background.
Yeah, I actually had one song that was sent to me one day, and this is comical. And I'm listening to it, and I just started to die laughing. And I won't say, which producer it was or anything like that, because I would never insult somebody. But it was so comical to me. I'm sitting in my studio, and my husband comes in, and he says, "Are you watching porn?" And I said, "No, but I should be with this music, shouldn't I?" And he started to laugh. He says, "You're not going to record to that, I hope." I said, "I don't think I can."
Have you heard Madonna's song Erotica?
Yes.
I got a porno track I throw underneath of that sometimes. It adds quite a bit to it.
I gotta hear that. I have got to hear that.
You in a trance. You know the song.
Yeah, it comes out pretty nice. It adds a little something to it, I think.
Oh, and that woman, that woman that you play when you play a couple that are banging away, and that woman just goes crazy. She has a right screamer. She takes over the whole song.
I was recording in my studio one night, and I'll never forget this. And I go up to bed. It was probably like maybe 4 in the morning, and maybe 3. And I had spent literally 12 hours on this track. And I finally was done, and my husband is out cold, snoring on his back, and all of a sudden, I'm hearing, between the snoring and these sound effects coming from upstairs, I'm like, oh my God, what is going on up there? I walk upstairs, and literally, the porn channel's on, so I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at him, looking at the TV, looking at him, looking at the TV, and just start dying laughing. at literally 3 o'clock in the morning.
He's sleeping.
And he wakes up and he says, I swear.
There's something not
He wakes up and he says, he says to me, I swear to God, I was not watching that. I said, then who turned it on? Harry?
Liar.
We believe you, thousands wouldn't.
well, apparently, if you're watching Cinemax after a certain time, I guess porn comes on. So I'm like, okay, he must have been watching a regular movie and fallen asleep, and that came on.
Likely excuse.
So, that's what I said to him. Wonderful excuse. You get out of it this time. You get out of jail card free.
He's Italian, and you're going to buy all that story, are you? What's the matter for you?
He's actually... My husband's got a funny story because he recently found out he was Italian.
Uh-oh.
His grandfather passed away, and I guess as he was passing away, this was a while ago, told him that, not told him, but told a family member, basically that he wasn't Irish. So my poor husband, come to find out he's not Irish, was thinking, yay, I'm Italian. He said he grew 2 inches that day.
Does it also mean that he has a hairy back and hairy shoulders?
Something like that.
Hey, come over here. I'm going to shave your back. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh boy. Yeah, we've got craziness here. Good craziness, but craziness.
So you got 2 kids or 3?
We have 2 kids. Well, I want to say 3 because actually 4 if you want to get technical. I actually have my husband, my bloodhound, and my 2 kids.
I see. Boys and girls? 2 boys?
Well, a husband's one.
I've got... Yep, the husband is one. The bloodhound is definitely another. That's a female.
Oh, the bloodhound's a dog. I thought you meant your husband was the bloodhound.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you should see the dog. Those cute floppy ears and those eyes. Oh, my gosh.
I thought she meant the dog was the husband. Okay, so.
That's a husband. Oh, my gosh.
You got a boy and a girl.
Yep, that's a boy and a girl. And then we got the 2 kids on the backlash, which is my daughter, who's 10, and then my son, who's 16.
And therein lies the sausage sandwich, right there in the middle of it all.
Oh, my daughter would have you rolling. She's funnier than my husband and I put together, and my son. Oh my God.
Hey, look who's in the chat room. Your friend Gina made it.
Hey, yes, she did.
Yay.
Nice. Let's see here. I'm going to have to say hello. Let me see. I'm typing while I'm talking. Hey, Gina.
Hello, Gina.
This dead air is brought to you by Jacqueline Seymour, who's typing and not talking.
She's too busy thinking about that sausage and that meatballs over there. She wants to put some sauce on it. She's hungry.
Spicy meatballs.
Feed her. Feed her, you crazy man.
Oh my God, I'm crying over here laughing. Oh.
By the way, is that stuffed sausage or is that regular?
She'll be stuffed later.
Definitely stuffed sausage. After the turkey, it's stuffed sausage. Extra spicy.
That's because it's Italiano. That's why.
Oh,
I bet you gotta say to her, I bet you always tell your husband, them's are some spicy meatballs.
yes, we say that here all the time. That is too funny. Oh, we have my son saying it now, and I'm looking at him like, yep, nope. It doesn't work.
Oh, when I was a kid, that was one of my favorite commercials.
Yes, I remember that.
But
I remember that commercial. Now my favorite one is, I put that shit on everything. What is it, the old lady?
I put that shit on everything? I haven't seen that one.
What's the sauce? That sauce,
Ask your husband.
oh, I can't think of it. Yeah, it's hot sauce. It's hot sauce of some sort. I just get a kick out of the old lady.
You clearly haven't been watching the poopery adverts if you think that spicy sauce one is the best advert ever.
Oh, I saw that.
Poopery ones. Oh, my God.
Poopery?
Yes.
I think that is the funniest thing they ever invented. But you know what? I need some in my house.
Boy, that's spicy Italian.
Yes, never mind the meatballs. We got to worry about the things that come out in the toilet instead. That's some spicy stuff.
That's another kind of
We
sausage.
need some puree here.
That's a whole different type of sausage you got over there.
Oh boy.
Let's see. We got away from music. How'd that happen?
Hey! I'm going to interrupt your spicy meatballs conversation here. I wanted to know, and I've been thinking about this all week. Did you say that you're a children's storybook author, writer thingy?
I am.
You are?
Yes.
Tell me all about
Yes,
it.
I am. I'm actually, I'm in the process. I've written 2 of my 3 books from my first series. And they're actually quite funny. They're kind of on the Dr. Seuss side, and they're short. They're very short so that the attention span of a child can actually focus and not lose interest. But yet, at the end, it has a twist to it that both adults can enjoy and kids. Nothing dirty, but really funny. And I'm actually in the process right now of having my friend Michelle Friend. Yes, her last name is Friend. Michelle Friend. She actually goes by Michelle Kukanakis, and she's illustrating my books, my series. And we are going to publish those pretty soon. I actually have a few school systems that are interested in it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't get enough of writing them. They're very addicting once I start writing them. And basically, I'm working on also a Disney chapter book I dreamt about, which has like 2,000 or something like 200,000 words in it or something like that. I haven't even counted. It's just a lot. But it's going to be a very, very long book, that one. So I'm basically working on different versions of stories, but I'm focusing mainly first on my children's book series, which is just the short books. And there'll be a series of like 3 in one, and then there'll be another series of like 3 or 4 in another one. So I'm basically going to keep coming out with a bunch of them, so that there's different series focused on certain subjects for children.
Do you have any of this online where you can read a chapter of it, or keep up with what you're doing?
No, not yet. It will be. I am going to make it available once it's all published. I'm going to make it available so that it is available online. And we're also going to try to get it involved in scholastic reading because it's really good. It's actually really, really educational for children who have speech impediments, who are struggling to learn to read. And basically, it's an easy way of learning how to, for speech pronunciation, for children who might have cleft palates, and have trouble speaking. It's just a really fun, tongue-twisting way of creating stories.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, how did you come up?
There's so many people that learn in different ways, isn't there? Where, I always struggled. I always struggled at school with like the reading and that, and sometimes, back then, the teachers, they taught you well, but they didn't always look at different ways of teaching. So, I think if you can, find a way to teach them without, I don't know, just a different way of teaching them, because everybody kind of learns differently.
Right, something they can enjoy.
Yeah, but sometimes you can educate people without them realizing you're trying to educate them as well. That makes a difference. Exactly.
You got to make something funny, like, you got to take something and find something that's really, sometimes, even something that they find gross, but grossly funny, and twist it and turn it and make it so that it's comical and really fun to read and to basically catch their attention and keep their attention. That's the biggest thing. When a child loses the attention, you've lost them.
Does this include?
And I went to school for that.
Does this include like boogers?
Go ahead.
Does this include like boogers and farts and things like that?
It possibly may.
Well, I just know as a kid, and even now,
I will say that much.
We still laugh about those
Yes.
kind of things even at an older age, you know. And
Exactly.
I know kids it's like you said, maybe some gross stuff, but kids get a kick out of that, you know, flicking boogers at your friends
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Yep, or like, you know, something with gum or something. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you got to have something that's really creative that's going to keep their attention and basically keep it rolling. Like through the story, you keep it rolling because the second you pause is the second you lose a child's attention. And I went to school, I actually went to school for early childhood developmental psychology. And I only went, you know, for a 3-year period, but, you know, I graduated and got my degree in that and stuff like that, and that's where I think where my interest in the children's books and yet keeping also my songs really clean lyrically comes in. I mean, that's something that, you know, I want something that I can help educate kids with, and at the same time, you know, catch adults' attention.
So
basically,
probably,
you know, you're drawing.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say you've
but
probably met Donna already. Then she would have been a great study subject.
You behave.
You know, like nude models pose for paintings and clay models and things. She could have sat up there and posed for.
Excuse the shit out of me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you know, it was obvious.
No, I think it's great what you're doing there. Absolutely awesome. You know, we wish you all the best with that. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It definitely keeps me, you know, and as a parent, it keeps me going too. You know, you got to have an outlet. I mean, every parent has to have an outlet of some sort that they enjoy. You know, or it gets stressful for any parent.
Sure does.
But my kids both suffered also with, like, you know, reading issues, and my son actually had a hearing issue years ago that was fixed. But my daughter struggles in reading. So I mean, it's a daily thing that I witnessed, and I watch her go through, and it breaks my heart. And that's where, you know, these books came into me, and basically came into the idea of writing children's books.
Well, how do you
because
expect
I wanted
these
to be able
kids?
to help
How do you
like
expect your kids to learn anything with all that noise coming out of the studio?
Good thing with soundproof.
Oh, that's screeching. Hey,
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hey, Cheryl's in the chat room.
And then,
Well, oh, sorry.
and then we have, and then you have the porn music coming from in the studio that I have no clue where it's coming from too.
Likely story.
I know, Mom. What are you trying to teach us over here? You know, do you want us to jam or do you want us to get laid? Pick something. Come on. Hey, Cheryl in the chat room wants to know: is there a place that she can keep up with you on some of this so she can buy some for her grandkids?
Absolutely. I'm actually on iTunes. So most, if not all of my music, a couple songs haven't been released yet, just due to the fact that I'm actually coming out with a video for one, and I'm having one remixed. But iTunes, I'm on as Jacqueline Seymour. And then I'm actually on YouTube. I've got a ton of music videos on there. I'm also on, I have my web page, which is www.jacquelineseymourmusic.com. I'm on Instagram as Jacqueline Seymour Music. Feel free to follow me there. And I'm on Twitter as J Seymour Music. So I'm definitely all over the place. I'm also on Facebook.
Is there anywhere that she can? I know you mentioned that you haven't got a site for your books yet. Is there anywhere that these books are available to buy? Are they just online, or are you going to be making paperbacks?
Yes, I'll actually be making paperbacks, and they'll be online. They're not out yet. I haven't had them published quite yet, but I will. I'm definitely going to put a huge post up, and I'll let you guys know too as soon as they're published. It might be about, I want to say probably later on in 2017. Yeah. I'm not rushing them because I want the detail, the illustrations to be perfect with the words. You know, basically to flow. So when you're reading it, you really get a good laugh and a good picture as to what's going on. But the illustrations should be remarkable. So once we get it all tied together, they will be available.
Dale has a question. How do you handle and approach haters or jealousy?
I kill them with kindness. Or I let my husband handle them.
The big Italian stallion.
He has the best comebacks, and And I'm one of those people where if someone hits me up with like a hater thing, I have to literally sit there and think about what I'm going to respond.
Adrian!
Late.
Adrian!
Yes, exactly. So I'm sitting there calling for my husband. Okay, you're going to handle this one. And he's looking at me. He's like, you couldn't answer that? I said, no, because A, I don't want to be nasty. B, I can be really nasty. And C, it doesn't bother me.
So there you go.
So after a while, it's just kind of like, it's kind of like it gets to be like second nature when you see people who are hating on you and stuff, and it's just like whatever. You learn to just brush it off and use it toward making better music, even better than what you did before, or going forward and driving you harder.
What does your husband do?
My husband is actually going to be starting a business. He actually is in the business already of estate cleanouts, and he's going to be starting a moving company with estate cleanouts, but he also works for a car dealership. And he loves it. He loves the best of both worlds, but he wants out of there and really, at some point in his life, not now, but at some point in his life. So, we're basically normal people, but I have the music that I do, so I'm world known at the same time, but yet I'm a normal person.
Are you going to have your husband sing any backup for you?
Bum, 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 bum.
I actually have. He sang on one of my piano songs years ago, and it's a wedding song. It's actually called "A Telltale Story." I'll have to send it to you guys.
Yeah,
it's really pretty.
please.
And it was one of the first ones I did. And when we went in the studio, he was so nervous that it came out great the second time. The first time it was so pitchy, it was so bad that I looked at him, he looked at me, and he said, "We're not releasing that." And I looked at him and I said, "No, we're not." So we had to go in another time, and he re-recorded it, and it came out beautiful. It really did. And we've had tons of people who ask us to play it at their weddings, sing it at their weddings, and depending on the mood I'm in, I'm like, yep, you can play it, or yep, I brought my keyboard, well, let's go, we'll play it.
Mamma mia, Papa Mia, baby got the diarrhea.
Love it. That's definitely us. But yeah, he's the one with the stage fright, so you'd never guess it. He's really outgoing, and he's really funny, and he's got the entire whole package, as far as the personality. But if I ever got him on stage, he'd be shaking in his shoes, and the poor guy would probably collapse.
I heard he's more into vintage things and cranky old twats like my husband.
Yes, he loves Randy already.
That's because I'm the cranky old twat. That's why. Those crazy Italians, all they do is eat, wave their hands around. They don't make any sense.
Yes, does he wave his arms around in the air now that he's Italian?
Yes, and what I hear from him every other day is, okay, I'm starting my diet tomorrow. Okay, I'm starting my diet tomorrow. I swear this time.
Hey, let me ask you.
He goes back into the pasta, and I have salad in my fridge, and he'll still go into the pasta.
Let me ask you, in the fall, does your husband shed?
Does he shed?
Yeah.
Like a werewolf?
Yeah.
Like a dog?
He's got all that hair on his back and under his arms and on his chest. Does he shed in the wintertime?
He must. I think I know when I cut his hair, he's always like, "Honey, can you shave right here? Can you just pick this area?" And I'm like, "No, I'll cut your hair. I'm not shaving there."
Well, next time you're standing behind him in the bathroom with the razor, just tell him, "Honey, you're starting to shed."
Oh boy.
I bet he wishes he was still Irish.
Yeah, I think so. I think he does.
Oh, sure be good. Now we can start in on the Irish.
Italian.
Oh, we can start in on the Irish now, can we?
On the wee Irish.
Oh, those bloody Italians are all right, don't you know? They're like a flat tire. They go wop, wop, wop.
I know he's always looking for his pot of gold, so I'm confused at this point.
I thought he found it when he met you.
Whenever there's a rainbow, oh no, I'm his laxative.
Oh, lovely.
I'm going home to my wife. I had too much to eat for Thanksgiving. She'll clean
When
me
I
out.
think about
Oh, yeah.
you, I shit myself.
You know, Donna, believe it or not, we sing that song here an awful lot.
What?
I told you we're not normal people.
I take it you guys have stock. I take it you have stock in there then.
Yes, no. I do want to get cows. I'll tell you what, though. I'm a total. It's funny because everyone's like, "You do EDM. How can you be a country girl?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm a country girl. I wear jeans. I wear flannels. I wear heels. But I'm a country girl.
You'll love cows. They're awesome.
I do love cows. And my dog, we already call her Moo Moo. I mean, her name is Daisy May, but we call her Moo Moo. So one night we literally heard her mooing in her sleep. We woke up around 2 in the morning, totally serious. If I had gotten it on video, it literally would have hit like 2 million hits. My husband and I looked at each other. You hear this loud, long, drawn-out moo in her sleep. And I look over, and my friend Gina Zach, who's on right now, will actually testify because I texted her the next day and told her. And I said I lost so much sleep that night because it lasted literally 30 seconds long.
Something wrong with a dog. It's turning into a cow.
Dale,
You know you have issues when your bloodhound is turning into a cow.
Dale wants to know when's the next newest track coming out.
I am currently working on it. I was having some difficulty with it, with coming around about, with some of the sound, because I'm trying to change up the sound a little bit. But I am working on one right now, and I'm going to be collaborating on another one pretty soon. But I've been, I don't know if I told you, Dawn, but I'm actually going in for surgery soon, so I'm getting that out of the way because it's blowing me down a bit, unfortunately. All those women things that we women have to deal with. But lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yes.
But after that, it should be out around Christmas time. I can't promise, but I'm trying for it.
Is this
right
Summer
now
Skies?
Nope, Summer Skies is already out. That one you played. That one's with the video. And I'm actually having those Summer Skies and Candy Kisses remixed. So those will also be coming out with 2 new remixes with the DJ out in San Francisco, which is great.
Tell us
and
about.
this DJ is actually he's worked with Madonna, so it's definitely with the whole group of them, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this comes out.
Sorry, we keep talking at the same time. I think there's just that little tinsy bit of a delay, and it's got us talking at the same time. But I was going to say, you mentioned a few weeks ago in the chat room, in the Facebook chat, about a song that supports cancer research for children. What's that one?
That's the one, Summer Skies. That's actually, that one's already released. That is on YouTube, and I'm actually in the process of releasing it on iTunes. I was actually waiting to release the actual song on iTunes until the remix was out, because I think it'll be a great package to release both together. But the video with the song is on YouTube currently. I don't believe it's on iTunes yet, though. We haven't released it in stores quite yet.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So what happens with that? Does some money from the song go to cancer research?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah?
All the money from that song and that video go to cancer research. I do not get a penny.
Wow.
So it's actually got a link that right on the actual video, it has a link right below that you can click on, and you can donate directly to Children's Hospital Cancer Research.
Wow, that's awesome. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it feels good to do that. It's something I always wanted to do. I know, that it's such a horrible thing to watch your child, let alone, your parent or adult, just somebody, to go through cancer in general. So, I mean, it's when you see a child going through it, it's devastating.
Yes. What was I going to say next?
Brain fart.
God only knows.
brain fart. Oh my gosh. Yes,
Oh, she's full of shit, that's for sure.
Brain fart. Bloody hell.
Better than a bottom burp. The better the bottom burp stink.
Oh, I wish I had a British accent. You and I would have so much fun with that.
I'd be like, if you had a British accent too, I'd be like, go home, you're boring me. You talk like me.
Bloody hell, she was boring the crap out of me.
Yeah. Bloody hell, you're putting me off me crumpets.
I love the words that you British have. I love it. I love the words. We need Americans like us. We need those words. The crumpet.
We still have a bit of a language barrier, me and Randy. When I first knew him, we used to spend hours on webcam sometimes 6 to 8 hours, sometimes in the day if he was at home.
Wow.
And
It was pure love, that's for sure.
And we were chatting away, and he'd be working, putting his signs and stuff together, and we'd be talking, and we'd be having a nice deep conversation, and all of a sudden I'd say, "Wait, what's a faucet?"
What's a what?
A faucet, you'd be talking about a tap in the garden. I'd be like, a faucet? What the bloody hell's a faucet?
A forfeit.
Faucet! Open your mud flaps! Faucet! Tap,
A faucet. Oh, a faucet. Not a faucet. A faucet is what her husband does.
Now Gina's in the chat room talking all my British words. Nappy, yeah, you guys call it a diaper, and we call it a nappy. Yep. And the boot.
Gina wrote it. Yep, nappy, the boot.
The boot. The boot is where you put your husband after you've just strangled him. Someone
just wrote smoking a.
You put your husband in the boot.
Smoking a fag.
Yeah. Yeah, you smoke a fag while you're transporting your husband that you've stuffed in the boot.
Oh, one of Donna's favorite lines is, "Will you put that fag out?"
The windscreen.
It must be so comical though when you two meet other couples and they hear the two of you speak. They must love it. They must like, because it's a riot. I love it. I love the fact that you two are from different areas of the world, and then you come together, and just a radio show like this is so creative and so fun. So much fun. I'm here. I am speaking improper English myself.
Well, Randy sometimes says words. I think he's more British than I am now. Sometimes we'll be talking and he'll say, "Are you having any of these cobs?" Which is a bread roll, and a cob is localized to like the Midlands of England where I'm from. And he'll just naturally say, "You having some of these cobs for your breakfast?" Just naturally now. He says words that
yeah, I love it.
Words that I know.
And then later on at night, I'll say, "How about some of this cob?"
So Randy, it's rubbing off on you.
Oh, bloody hell, right.
And Randy, where I come from...
I'm so bad at this British accent.
And Randy, where I come from, means horny. So, back when I was back in Derby, I used to have to be careful, and, I never used to say, "Hey, I'm feeling Randy this morning."
No, but now you can say it and mean it.
So Randy means horny?
Yeah.
Haven't you ever heard that? That's even been over here.
I am so good. That's going to be my new word over here.
Yeah, but you really don't want to say "I'm feeling Randy" when you're on the phone to your husband.
My husband will be looking at me like, "What did you just say?"
Yeah, you can look it up online. It'll tell you.
That's a riot. I love it.
We've said that over here.
You're with him.
We've said that.
You guys met. It was meant to be. She was feeling so Randy.
Hey, I was just after some American dick. Not the spotted dick that you have for pudding with custard. I'm talking about the one in his jeans.
Have you ever had spotted dick?
I love it.
I have, but
Not you. Have you ever had spotted dick?
Now, wait a minute. Is spotted dick like a mix between Puerto Rican, black, and white?
No, that'd be Spanglish.
Let me tell you, last time I had a spotted dick, I had to go to the doctors and have lots of cream.
Oh my gosh.
Now tell her what spotted dick is.
Spotted dick It's kind of like, I can't remember the name of the sponge, but it's kind of like a sponge with like raisins or currants. I can't remember whether the raisins or currants. But it's quite nice. Sometimes you have like sometimes you have the same sponge with raspberries and blackberries and blueberries in. Really, really nice. I think it's like a boiled type cake or something. I can't remember. I really, really can't remember. Oh, Ben in the chat room just said sausage. Now you're talking. You can't get no decent sausage in America, apart from that one in his trousers.
Or my husband's.
Nice Italian sausage.
That's the one, a spicy sausage.
Spicy the meatball.
I bet he puts that shit on everything.
I think the funniest one is the Dorito commercial. Oh my God. Have you seen those? Where the guy's like, I guess the bag goes flying across the street or something, and he pushes the old woman, or I think it was the old guy, in front of the truck to get to the Doritos bag.
No, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it in so long. They're so comical. They're so comical. Oh my God.
Ben's in the chat room talking about fish and chips, and me and Randy was only talking about fish and chips just last week. In the UK, when I was younger.
Yeah, a little bit of Massengill will take care of that.
Shut up, you. Put that fag out!
It's out! Shut up!
Yeah, when I was younger, fish and chips used to be on newspaper, and then health and safety went all crazy over it, and then they started putting it on this other kind of paper. But fish and chips on newspaper was just the best, with salt and vinegar when we were little. Oh my God, it was the best. And you go to the seaside as well and get like some local fish. Oh, it's just amazing. Go to like Whitby or something and get some local.
If I say fish and chips to my husband, he'll look at me and he'll go, "I'm not touching that shit." He won't touch seafood, so it's funny because my kids are addicted to it, like with me. And we'll pick up like shrimp or fish and chips or like lobster or something, and my husband will look at me and he'll go, "Get that stuff away from me, far away."
Dale just said that's the one, the hairy, spiciest sausage.
No, he said, here's your new song, Hairy Spicy Sausage. You have to sing.
Sausage, yeah. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll go to the dark side.
Yes, you've got a mission now. You've got to sing a song about your husband's spicy, meaty sausage.
I'm gonna have to go to the dark side for this song.
Hairy spicy sausage, it's what I like for dinner. I like my hairy spicy sausage in your vinegar.
If you need any help with lyrics, just come over to us.
Oh, definitely. I know I definitely will get you guys for a cover for that.
Yes.
I'll have you make my cover, my picture for it.
Yes.
Oh, we could have some real fun with that one. Gina just said, ew. I love you, Gina.
She's never going to look at your husband the same again.
You're starting to shed.
You watch next time she walks in your door, she'll be looking straight down at his underpants. Not underpants, at his bulge area. she wants to know about that sausage.
I sent my friend Gina the funniest thing today about men who snore, and it said something I shouldn't even be repeating. It says men who lay on their back and snore. They don't snore because of any other reason except for the fact that their balls flap over their butt. It covers their airtake indigency. It makes them snore. That was the funniest thing. One of my friends sent it to me today, and I was in tears laughing. And I sent it to my husband, and I heard him dying from the other room. And I walked in and I said to him, "So is that your problem?"
Gina's going to corner you in the kitchen one of these days and whisper in your ear, "Is it really hairy and spicy?"
Oh boy. Oh my God.
Well, this is going absolutely nowhere now.
Dale just wrote, he's in his undies all the time. I'm looking at the chat room. Oh boy.
I hope they're not wet.
I've I've now made a new rule in my house. Every male that lives here needs to do their own underwear. I will not wash them.
That's why you should wear black. What's the matter then? You can't tell.
I don't know. I think it matters in my house.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion, no way, no how am I touching any male underwear that hits that laundry basket.
Gina just said, "Oh God, no, I won't. Don't want to know."
Gina, you know too much. Now I have to kill you.
I think you have to kill everybody in the chat room tonight.
Oh, yeah, we leave nothing behind doors here. Oh boy, our life is like a living comic book.
I bet.
Oh, skid mark someone wrote. Ben. TMI, yes, definitely TMI.
Fucking shot myself.
Oh,
Well, I heard.
I'm loving this chat room.
I heard once that skid marks, they're not actually skid marks, it's actually fart art. And if you
Short.
fart art, if you Google fart art, it brings up this whole page about fart art, and it says, I wish that husband would shut up with them clips. Yeah, fart art, it's particles of poo that you blow out when you have a fart.
Oh my God.
There you go.
I think I just threw up in my mouth. Oh, yeah, my son will come in the room some days, and he's funny because if you tell him to fart on cue, he will. And it's so funny when he does it because he'll look at me sometimes and he'll go, "Okay, did you just tell me to fart on cue because I already did it?" And I look at him and I'm like, "I'm not changing. I'm seriously not touching your underwear to wash it." So, and I think teenagers are the worst because with any kind of gas, because I don't know what they eat during the day in school and everything else. So that could be really potent.
You want my head to explode?
Somebody wrote racing stripes. Racing strips. It's not racing stripes.
Landing strips.
Ben wrote fart arc. And then, let's see, Dale Adams wrote, "How much do you think Jacqueline is going to have in hers right now?"
We really don't want to know how much fart art is in her undies.
No, trust me, Dale, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, but what, if you ever wash your husband's underpants and there's just that little brown smear, that's fart art.
Well, usually, I don't know how potent his are because he's got holes that probably blow right through. It's like a backwind of poof.
Have you ever looked at his chair recently?
I don't want to. No, literally, I went in to do laundry one day and I lifted up a pair of underwear and I went, "What on earth happened to these?" There was literally a blown out hole through the rear end of them, and I went, "Okay. First of all, where did it come through?"
Hey, I wonder that about my husband.
The next time the maid comes over, it's going to be wash all the chairs right now, first thing.
Gina just wrote, "The interview took a turn to the shitter."
Welcome to the Yanki
Gina, I love
show,
you.
Gina.
Someone wrote, "Blowout patch, need a patch." Oh my God, I'm dying over here.
I've seen some on the internet, some boxer shorts that's got a little patch.
Yes. Did you see the other thing that they created that literally go in the underwear for scent? Literally, there's a fart patch. They made a fart patch that smells like scented aroma.
I think they call
and
that
you put it in your
I think they call that a poop-pourri.
something like that. No, I think that's the thing that goes in the toilet, right?
That's
the
what
potpourri?
that's what
Poop-pourri,
you spray
but I said
before you splash.
poop-pourri.
The patch puree. Oh boy! I'm gonna have to invent something that has my name involved in it with JS, but it'll have to be something like just something, involved in that area.
I don't need no patch because mine just smell like roses. So
Yeah, and of course my shit don't stink, so I don't have a problem with that.
Oh boy. No, let's see. Somebody wrote it. Let's see. Oh my God, she is right, Poopery.
Make my day.
That is his path to itching.
Oh my gosh, yeah, scratching that bunghole.
See?
I think that's how Randy gets I think that's how Randy gets religious underpants on a Saturday.
What?
You get holy underpants on a Saturday instead of Sunday. Religious underpants.
Gina said from EDM to gas control.
I think they're both tied in. One's electronic and the other one's gas, so they must be somehow tied. You push a button and you get the gas control. Oh boy. Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do.
I needed a good laugh today.
We will flush you down the toilet and get one of your tunes on. Give us all a break for 2 minutes, and then we'll have you back on if you still want to join us, of course. But yes, we're going to flush you down the toilet. To. So hang on the line with us.
You got to flush that toilet.
Yes.
Jacqueline Seymour, Candy Kisses.
You rolling with the Yankee and the Brit and the RTM radio network. You understand me?
You would not believe the motherlode I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it, leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels. Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party, or your lover's apartment. Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid marks are as tenacious as mine. But what can be done of that subtle scent of a 300-cow dairy farm? Aerosol air fresheners aren't the most effective option, or the healthiest. Trying to mask the stench, giving you a nice blend of ChemLab carnations with just a touch of feces. So, how do you make the world believe your poop doesn't stink? Or in fact that you never poop at all? Poopery. Poopery is the before-you-go toilet spray that has proven to trap those embarrassing odours at the source and save relationships. Simply spritz poopery in the bowl to create a film on the water's surface that actually traps the odours in their porcelain prison. And when your little astronauts splash down and make contact with the film, they release poopery's pleasant aromas, so all those around you can smell as a refreshing bouquet of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works. We've sold over 4 million bottles. On Amazon alone, there are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. That's a better Amazon rating than the iPhone 5. If it doesn't completely stop your stench from spreading, send it back for a full refund. Our unconditional stink-free guarantee. If your poo stinks, click here to get your poopery today at poopery.com. So whether you need to pinch a loaf at work, cut a rope at a party, or lay a brick at your boyfriend's, your days of embarrassing smells or prairie dogging it are over. Poopery. Our business is to make it smell like your business never even happened.
And we're back with Jacqueline Seymour.
Hey, are you still there, Melissa?
Hey!
Hey, here she is.
I absolutely am. I can't get enough of you guys.
Oh, you will eventually.
You'll be wanting us to shut up soon.
Nah, I need this laugh. Are you kidding?
Nice girl, but about as sharp as a sack of wet mine.
I don't know what you just played there, Randy. He's playing sound effects behind your back. You're going to have to play this show back tomorrow. Let me tell you. So,
Randy, are you farting in the background making sound effects?
I would never.
He's playing the drums.
I was looking for my sausage sound effects, but I can't find them.
Oh, boy. Oh.
So what else you got for us? Come on, fill us in on the details. Give us the dish out the dirt.
Not too much
Okay,
dirt. We
so-
already know about your sex life, your toileting.
Well, let's see. We have a video in the works. We have a video for Candy Kisses coming up that actually Justin Mayotte is going to be filming. He's phenomenal. He actually filmed my Summer Skies video, and he directed it. He's amazing with ideas, and when he puts them together, and his filming is incredible. His videography work is incredible. He does a lot of work with country artists, and he's going to be moving soon, which I'm all depressed about because he's actually from around here. But he's going to be filming Candy Kisses, the video, and we actually are going to be trying to get my daughter's dance company in to do a little bit of choreography with the kids in it. So there'll be a little bit of dancing in the snow, really fun colors, just really colorful and creative video. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So the Summer Skies, that's the one with the kids?
Yes, yeah, my daughter actually acted in that. She's the little girl in it. And my father actually played the doctor, and my husband played the father role in it. And then the little boy in it, we actually, his name is Stephen Pope.
Hey, put that video on.
Yep.
I was just about to say, hey, put that video back on, Randy. I want to check out your husband's lunchbox. He's got a big Italian sausage, apparently.
Oh, boy. Yeah, they did a really, really good job acting in it. I was really impressed. I was really impressed with my daughter in that video, who she actually was out in 94-degree weather filming all day with little breaks. And same with Stephen, who actually has a very severe brain injury and had it all the way through filming. So he's been going through a horrible time, but he was going through a terrible time with a very, very life-threatening severe brain injury while we filmed that video.
Wow.
Yeah, so the little boy in it, that's the little boy in it that plays part of being sick. So it kind of went hand in hand, when he was in the hospital bed. It hit close to home for his mom and stuff, and for all of us, with him going through what he was going through. And he was such a trooper about it. He did everything he was told to do, and took breaks in between. Never complained once. Just enjoyed every part of it.
Aww.
Who
very sweet little boy.
Who does your videos? Did you make the video yourself?
No. Actually, he's actually a photographer that I use on a lot of my photographs. He actually did my recent photographs for Lovers Magazine. His name is Justin Mayotte, and he's here in Massachusetts. And he basically is an independent. The way he works independently, but his creativity is phenomenal. Just everything he does, he basically does. He'll take different angles and different views of video clips, and then he'll put them all together. And when he creates it, it just becomes an entire story. He's so phenomenal. He's doing Candy Kisses next.
Yeah, I like the black and white part too.
Yeah, I do too. I really do. The part where they're holding hands. I think it really brought out the whole point of the song and the whole meaning of what the story was basically going for, and just basically stating that it can just be the touch of someone's hand to comfort you and be there for you when you're sick, to help you through everything.
What's the story with your makeup? Do you do that yourself, or whose idea was that?
I do.
I see you're dressed in a lot of different sparkly kind of things.
Yes. I went to school. I went to school for a lot of things. I don't like to tell everybody that, but I really like education, and I like learning different things. But I went to school for makeup artistry and aesthetics years ago, and I really like to bring the makeup area aspects into my videos, and into my pictures. and really change it up a lot. Like with the sequins under my eyes, I felt it was angelic, and it gave meaning to almost just drawing attention to the eyes, focusing on, basically the soul, your soul. And they say the eyes to the eyes to your soul are basically your eyes. The eyes to your soul. So what I wanted to do with that video, I really wanted to bring the angelic aspects out in it by adding some of the glitter to my eye area and just, basically drawing the attention to the expressions that my eyes were attracting. And then the whole thing with my daughter with the wings at the end basically was stating that she was the one the entire time that was dead, not him going through it, but she was his guardian angel.
Ah, all right. That answers that question then.
Yes. Yeah, a very good twist. I like to put a twist on things when I do stuff. So basically, it leaves people thinking that it can have different meanings.
Oh, we were just watching it we just had it muted, and we were just watching the video. You could tell the kids did an amazing job. Very nice. Yes,
they really. My daughter was at one point she wasn't feeling well, and she fought through the whole thing. Like her stomach, she had a stomach bug, and she actually was really not feeling well. And I said to her, "Do you want to stop? We can do it." She looked at me and she said, "This is too important not to finish."
Well,
and I have a goal. I want to finish it. She said that.
Well, the look on her face, on her face is perfect for the part, though. Really, I mean, she's kind of sad looking. I think it looks great.
Yeah, she really. I want to get her into full-time acting. She's had a love for it. I just want to get her into the right area of acting. There's a lot of loopholes in acting and the whole industry, even with music. And you really have to be careful with who you work with, who you choose to work with, the areas you work in, the people you work with, and deciding what you want to do and where you want to go with it. So my biggest thing is, she says to me, "Mommy, I want to be a model. Mommy, I want to be an actress." So my point of view is I'm already in the modeling aspect. I'm already in the music aspect. I know where it can go bad, and I know, where it can go wrong. So I want to find the right people to get her involved in.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. I have a few family members, involved in the acting field, but I don't think they have the direct connection as far as acting goes. And I eventually want to get into it too. I love acting. I love being, behind the camera. I have no fear of it. I like every other artist, I get stage fright. I get that pre-stage fright, and then once I'm on stage, I'm fine. But my daughter just naturally has that, she gets behind the camera and she goes.
Well, I'm much happier behind the microphone. I prefer to be behind the microphone instead of in front of it.
I hear you. You guys, you're great at what you do. I've listened to a lot of your songs and a lot of your shows, and you two really have great voices.
Well, we got great faces for radio.
You do. You have great faces, great voices, great. It's just a great match.
Oh, thank you.
It's a pleasure to be on your show too.
It's a pleasure having you here. It's been great, man. I mean, it's just
we've
been cracking you up all week about how funny you are and how you carry on, and it's very.
Oh,
nice.
Thank you.
It's nice to have somebody that actually, talks, speaks up, and because we've had quite a number of people here, and I don't think anybody's been as vibrant, I guess, for lack of a better word, than you've been about all this.
We never knew she'd be 10 times as disgusting as what we are.
Or should we go back? Should we go back to the old conversation? Bloody old shitty.
Bloody hell.
Hey, Kelly's in the chat room.
Who?
Hi, Kelly.
Hey.
Who?
Not that she can yell back to me, but.
Yeah, she's in the chat room.
Kelly, call in.
Yeah, call in.
Yes, if anybody wants to call and talk to Jacqueline, please don't be afraid to call.
Oh, I'd love it. We will have such funny conversations here. It's like, I love it.
You want to stick the number on?
I just love it. I love it.
Donna's going to stick the number in the chat if anybody wants to give a quick call.
Okay, great.
We got about 42 minutes left, so we still got time to take a couple calls if anybody's interested. Gina or Kelly or whoever.
Oh, come on, Gina, you got to call in. The peer pressure. Oh, the peer pressure.
Gina.
I must warn you guys, if you're going to call in, though, I haven't actually got access to view the conference line, so I won't know that you're there. So just come in and interrupt.
So just start speaking. Anything dirty and fresh is acceptable. We're uncensored.
Yes.
Isn't the internet a beautiful thing? You haven't heard of Randy Rant yet.
Come on.
You haven't heard of Randy Rant yet.
She has.
Oh, has she?
Yes,
Would you play her the 81?
A Randy Rant?
Yes. Remember
You'll have to do the Randy Rant.
I'll send you the copy of the...
She's seen it. She's
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she's seen it.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I did see it. Yep, I do remember it now.
Okay. That's one of my favorite things. I love to get on a rant.
A rant. You don't, Gina. You don't have to. She said, "Don't make me." You don't have to. We were just joking around. Only if you want to.
I want to make you.
Gina.
Is Kelly still on there? Kelly, where are you?
Yeah, Kelly's in there. I do
I'm looking at her for chat. Oh, Kelly, we gotta get you on. Come on, you gotta call and chat with us. She's a riot. Oh my gosh.
Anybody can call, please. I mean, don't be afraid to call and talk to Jacqueline at all. I mean,
Jacqueline just
doesn't matter
wants
who
to
you are.
know about your latest turd.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Well, okay. In that case, run for your lives.
Oh boy.
Gina,
I'm always behind the scenes.
Yeah, she likes.
Yes, but you're always loved.
She likes.
You
to
are
stay
always
back there.
appreciated and loved for it.
She likes to stay back there where nobody can see her.
I have to tell you, she has been my savior for my shows. Like when I get nervous and I get like squeamish and I get like all panicked up and everything. Which every artist, I haven't met an artist honestly that doesn't get that beforehand. I think it's the anticipation of just going out in front of so many people and people accepting you and accepting your music, for what it is and for who you are. But she stands by me. She has been at almost every single show. She tries to make every single show. If she can't, she calls me and boosts me up beforehand. She's just wonderful. She's awesome. She helped me change, and God bless her, because we had to be in the back room at a fashion show, and I changed in front of, like, everyone, and so everybody else was changing, too. So you have a bunch of naked women and men running around backstage, and this poor woman was scarred for life, probably, by everybody running around naked. And she just dealt with it. But she's awesome. She really is. I give her props.
The first thing we do if we ever get to one of your concerts, I'm going to run up to the stage and look behind the curtain.
See if anybody's naked.
Wait a minute, Randy, we thought you were going to run out naked. You're going to have to freak now. See that?
Can I borrow your husband's sausage for a few minutes?
Hey, it's not just faces for radio that we've got bodies for radio as well. Bodies that you just don't want to see. They're best behind the microphone.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh, that's what they make the tummy tuckers for. They need to invest in, what are they called? Private tuckers.
Something maybe you ought to get your husband to wear one of those things I call a fag bag. It's that little strap goes over your shoulder, and then it's got a big sack for everything else, and that's all there is.
What did she call it? A private tucker? Is that to stop it from tickling his ankles?
A man bra.
Oh, man, bro. That's only if you have moobs.
Oh, boy.
Your husband doesn't have moobs. Does he?
Yes, he does. I think that's what won me over.
Oh, he's got man
He really does. He can dance. When we go out, and we can dance. And my son, my son has actually looked at my husband and I and said to us, "How the heck can you old people dance?" And I'm like, "I am not old. I'm not old. I'm in my 30s. I am not old."
No, but you didn't have a problem calling me an antique, did you?
You were all right with that.
You're
vintage.
Randy, you're a specialty antique. You're like a Mustang. They never, ever get old.
Mustang wasn't even invented when I was.
You'd be safer calling him a cranky old Ford. He loves his Fords.
Do you like Fords or do you like Chevys?
Fords all the way.
Fords, yes.
I've had Chevys and Dodge and Chryslers and everything else and Pontiacs, and I'll stick with my Ford.
I think my husband's had all of those too. He actually used to build Mustangs, old Mustangs.
Ooh.
Literally from the ground up. Yeah, and he got too busy for it. I'm trying to get him back into it eventually because honestly, every car he ever built or ever owned that was a Mustang, I literally could not drive. I had to drive it. And the car was never the same after I did.
Oh, they're too cool, man. Those are some of the greatest ever.
Yes, they are. Beautiful, beautiful cars. I don't think Mustangs are the same nowadays. They really, old muscle cars are definitely priceless.
Silence! I kill you!
So how did we get from talking about Randy being antique to muscle cars?
God only knows.
From turds to music to turds to music.
Punch her in the cooter. I don't give a damn.
Cars to
the only way to go.
So have we left anything out? Have we covered everything about your whole life, I think, pretty much?
Yes, I think so.
What's your grandma like?
I think we covered everything. My grandma?
Well, we got everything but grandma in there.
Oh, did you guys see the picture on Facebook I posted?
Yeah, what a darling.
I did, but I didn't see it. Who was that?
Amazing.
Who was that?
That's my grandmother.
Okay.
So you do
My
have
grandmother
a
is, she still gets up and dances to my music. I swear to you, she is 93 and an amazing woman.
Wow.
And literally, she is completely with it. And she showed up to my house for Thanksgiving with a turkey on her head. Literally a turkey hat on her head. And I died laughing when she walked in with it. And then she did the faces with it and got up and started to dance and do the gobble dance.
See, she's not an antique. She's a classic.
She is a classic. She really, honestly, she is one of a kind. There's actually a really funny thing that we always asked her. And we used to say to her, hey, Nan, if you ever went to jail, why would you want to go to jail? And her favorite saying is, well, the reason I would love to go to jail is because you get 4 square meals, you get all the sex you want, and you get to sleep anytime you want. So we crack jokes with her all the time about that. She's a riot.
Hey, I need
she has some of the funniest jokes and stories.
All the time. Lock me up.
Oh boy.
Hey, when I'm
not saying a word.
Let me tell you, when I first got into America, I saw all those guys in the uniforms, and I was like, oh my gosh, arrest me and molest me.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. It's funny too because, all the women here, if they go over to Britain, the accents are what get women there. You know what I mean? So it's funny how women, like the American, the American guys and the American women love the British guys. I hear so many stories about that, but it's definitely it has to be accents. It has to be the accents and the look and everything like that. I love the British accent. I absolutely love it.
Oh, Donna floored me the first time I heard her actually talk. To me personally, not just on the video, but on the phone.
Yeah.
And once I got her on the phone,
Were you not
I was
expecting it?
I didn't know what to expect, I guess. I mean, I knew she was British, but I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to understand 90% of the conversation.
Did you expect me to say, that's preposterous? You are not talking to me.
Oh, rather.
He was probably thinking, do I have the right person? Is this the same person I was chatting with?
Well, she won me over, needless to say. As soon as I heard her accent, then that was it.
And then you get Randy on the other end, y'all. No, come back now.
No.
She couldn't understand half of what I was saying.
I love it, though. Oh, you guys must have such fun, between the different accents, the different languages and everything like that. I think it must be great.
I know, and some days I'm like, hey, I've just had some American dick.
Spotted dick.
Sometimes I tell her I'm going to tap you like a keg of Guinness.
And sometimes I say, hey, I thought things were supposed to be bigger in Texas.
Oh, the Irish.
Yeah, but when he said he has 9 inches, he actually meant he had to give it me 3 times to get the 9 inches.
Oh, the shit is going to hit the fan.
Hey, good looking. What you got?
What do they say? What do they say? It's the width of the sausage, not the length.
Yeah, well, after I unfolded it, she had something different to say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Kelly,
oh, my.
If Kelly's still listening, you can probably tell that we've used our time productively tonight.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Now that's a Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel. Tomato. As Ben said on here, let me see on the chat. And then let's see, moobs. Man boobs.
You say tomato. You say tomato. I say tomato.
Yep. Yeah, and I still get picked on my water.
You say laughter, and I say laughter. What's the other song?
I forget how it goes.
Either, neither, neither. Let's go the whole thing off.
You remember it better than I do.
I know,
if I don't
I
have
can't
the
remember
lyrics
the
in
song.
front of me, I'm worthless.
Who sings it?
Fred Astaire? No.
Ginger.
Yeah, it's Fred
Ginger.
Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we
I remember
sing
that
it
song.
once.
That song was awesome.
We got another one we're working on, too, from Annie, Get Your Guns, if we could ever get to it.
Yeah, what's the song?
Ooh.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, we have to.
Oh, you have to do that. That's great. I love it.
Dude.
You have to do that.
Oh, my God.
It is just so us.
I'm embarrassed just sitting here.
That's.
Ben says,
you guys sound great. Seriously.
Ben says,
honestly,
that's a Wiener Schnitzel. Das ist gut, ja? Okay, we have to what? We have to what?
Someone were crazy.
You say crazy, I say crazy.
Yes, we have one more to play by Jackie yet.
Gina, yep.
Yes, we have one more. We have.
Yes, we better play one of her songs. The whole reason that she come on the show in the first place, I'm sure she didn't come on to talk about turds and dicks.
I think it's Neon Panties.
Oh, of course I did.
Neon Panties is the last one.
Was it Neon Lights?
Neon Panties. Oh, yeah, Neon Lights.
Neon Panties. I love it.
That's right off the top of my memory. Do we want to do that now, or we want to wait till you leave? Because we got about 28 minutes left.
Either way is good. I'm good. I'll let you guys decide.
Well, you call it if you need a drink, or go get a quick tapping or something. We can play a song.
A drink.
Get a quick.
We should do a toast over the phone.
Get a quick faucet on the phone. A quick tapping.
Oh, I hear my husband snoring. My husband's snoring.
All right, I guess it'll be a drink. I guess it'll be a drink instead of a good tapping then. Oh boy, yeah. Gina and I had a great drink the other night. We had, I don't even know what it was called. Gina, what was it called? She's going to write it on the chat room. We mixed like what was it? Bailey's Irish cream with like whipped something. I don't know what it was. With coffee ice cubes. It was so good, and vodka.
Nom, nom.
It was so good.
Nom,
oh yeah, it was really good. It was our holiday drink.
I used to have Bailey's in my coffee every morning, but after a couple weeks of that, I couldn't get anything done. I think I was putting too much Bailey's in it.
Check the telly.
Gina and I will come down for a drink. Gina, I don't think I can handle a drink this late, but I would definitely.
Well, if you ever come to Texas, you got to come over here and sit with us for a while.
Did you say shit with us?
Yeah, sitting on the porch.
Sit, not shit.
Oh.
Well, you can come shit with us a while, too, whatever. Seems to be part of the...
We'll get some of that poop-puree.
I'll spray the cabin with it.
And we'll get the undie patches.
Oh. One for me, I've told you. Mine smell floral. My
I'm going to brand
delights.
something called undie patches. JS undie patches. Just for shits, undie patches. With my name. I figure the JS stands for something. You might as well have it stand for just for shits and giggle.
I think you're going to need that. I think you're going to need that drink to go to sleep.
Oh, I don't know. I'm probably going to just pass out cold completely afterwards. Oh, I don't know. With my husband snoring the way he's doing, I might leave him where he lays.
Lucky guy. Well, you can lay him where he is as far as that goes.
Randy, I was waiting for that.
It gets worse.
Oh, boy.
Stick around. It gets a lot worse.
Juicy shorts.
Yep. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, Gina wrote it was whipped cream, vodka, Bailey's, and pistachio coffee-flavored ice cubes.
And all that gives you juicy shorts.
That was our drink. Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Juicy shorts.
Juicy shorts, yep. Yes, juicy shorts. I like that.
Skid marks in your
Regina, we're gonna have to
what do
brand
you
that.
do? Use new Clorox too. What? It's an old commercial.
I'll never, that brought me back to a time when my daughter was little, and I'm going to have to embarrass my daughter for a minute because this was hilarious. Although she's sleeping already, so I'm not really embarrassing her. My son and my daughter was very little. She was a baby, and she was in her diapers, and I left the room for literally probably all of 4 seconds. And my son must have turned around for a minute or two. My daughter had her diaper off and painted the entire crib. The entire crib. My son looks... Yes, and my son turns around to me and says, I'm not cleaning that.
Smart kid.
I will never forget it. Never. Oh, it's memories like that, though, that bring you to where it goes to Juicy Shorts.
Memories like that make you not mind being on the Yankee and the Brit show.
Yes, exactly. I have to say that uncensored radio shows are so much fun to be on because anything goes.
Yes.
And it went.
Gina's like, wait, we're back to poop talk.
Right out the door.
Someone Ben just wrote, did not want that picture in my head.
Well, now you're stuck with it. Yeah, we're back to poop talk.
Believe me, you tune in here on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That's kind of what happens. We either end up talking about food or poop. Not much in between, is there?
If John Rooney was here, it would be poop.
Yes.
I think it's better than what I did to my poor finger today.
Yes, tell these guys what you did to your
do tell.
Oh,
do tell.
Yeah,
I had a blonde moment. I definitely had a blonde moment. I was shaving my legs in the shower, and I don't remember what happened, but my daughter or somebody yelled into me, and I slipped and cut half my fingernail off with the razor. I screamed like a baby and cried like a baby, and I got picked on so badly by my 10-year-old afterwards.
Well, at least it was a fingernail and not a nickel.
I honestly have to say I hate the sight of blood, and I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, so now I have my finger. I'll have to post a picture of it tomorrow, like just a big, gross picture of it tomorrow without the Band-Aid on after the bleeding stops.
Whoa! That's where you go down in my estimations when people post pictures of their injuries online. I'm like, please.
I could never. I could never. I'm joking. I could never do that because I get sick at the sight. Like I look at these feeds and I see some like, really gross things, and I'm like, I just keep going. Oh.
Well,
Someone wrote that could have turned out worse.
Yes. Well, listen, we are going to...
Yeah, I could have lost the whole finger.
Yes, you could have. You could have shaved the whole leg off and not the leg hair.
Yeah, that'll teach my husband to buy cheap razors.
Yes, tight.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best. I love when they rip my beard out of my face.
Oof. Ooh, they hurt. They really do.
Hey, Jacqueline Seymour, we are going to flush you down the toilet. We're going to get another one of your tunes on, and then we are almost done here. But thank you so much for coming on. It's been a riot, and my stomach needs to calm down because I've been giggling all night. And I'm exhausted.
Mine too.
Physically exhausted now. I'm sat here thinking, I can't laugh no more. Take me home.
We're going to have to go buy some Pouperé now for the stomach ache.
Yes, I needed some, what do you call them, diapers. I needed a diaper for my bottom.
A nappy. A nappy.
Ooh, oh, boy. It's been a pleasure being on your show anytime. And you guys have a great night.
Yeah, you can catch us on a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday night at 7 p.m. till 10. You guys in the chat room.
And if you decide you ever want to prank call, please do.
Yes, call in anytime. We just love the laugh.
Oh, don't tempt me.
That was an invitation. That was an attempt.
Thank you guys so much.
Call in and give us some poo stories. Okay, thank you very much, Jacqueline. We had a hell of a good time, man. You've been a blast. You've been on here longer than any other guest. Almost, well.
Well, thank you very much. You guys have a great night, and everybody on here, thank you very much for joining us.
You bet, man. Thank you very much,
Thank
and
you.
good luck with your husband and all that sausage over there.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
You're listening to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM radio network. Don't make me say it again.
Yankee and the Brit and the RTM radio network 945. Thank you, Jacqueline Seymour. Thank you, Jacqueline Seymour. Thank you, Jacqueline
She's off
Seymour.
a flipping rocker, that girl.
Gotta love that kind of person.
We like her, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yes,
a lot of more
we
musicians ought to be
do.
that way. Magicians, music, those people that do music.
Magicians.
Magicians, she's a magician, all right. I'm not going to say anything about tricks, though. All right, so, very good. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
We
man.
are
Awesome.
about to play our tune, Love Shack, sung by myself and Randy. We just dived on this song when I got into America.
It took about
We
3 years for us to do this thing.
Yeah, we were just gagging to sing this song together, so it kind of means a lot to us.
Once we decided Donna was coming to America, whether I wanted her to or not,
Dick, I was after some of that dick.
she got over here, and this is the first song we did, and we just friggin' went nuts with it. Just loved every minute. If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love Shack, yeah, yeah. I'm heading down the Atlanta highway, looking for a love getaway, headed for love getaway.
I got me a car, it's as big as a whale, and we're heading on down to the Love Shack. I got me a Chrysler, and it seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together.
chilies. The whole shack chilies when everybody's moving around and around and around and around.
Everybody's moving, baby.
Folks lining up just to get down.
Everybody's moving, baby.
Funky little shack, funky little shack. I hopped in my Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail. I got me a car, it seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
A love shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. 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 Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Knock a little louder, baby.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Knock a little louder, sugar.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang
On the door.
bang, bang
On the door.
bang, bang
On the door, baby.
bang, bang.
You're what?
Tin roof rusted. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
Jam out with your clam out. Hopefully it's safe so you don't have to fucking shoot the hairs out.
And that's it for us tonight, man. We are out of here. 9:58. Jacqueline, Seymour, you are a hoot, baby. Awesome stuff. Had such fun. Donna's still over here laughing.
Oh, gosh, yeah, my tummy hurts.
Oh, my God. It's great to have someone like you come on the show and make it a good night. Thank you very much. And everyone else, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. Let's
Yes, you
see.
guys are the breastest ever.
We will see you. Let's see. Joseph Graham and the Hillbilly Express on Wednesday. Truckin' Roundup on Thursday. And then we'll be back to do some rock and roll on
Rock
Friday.
out with your cock out
That's
on
right.
Friday night with the Yankee and the Brit.
Then Saturday night is country night, of course.
You jam out with your
And on
clams out,
Sunday,
ladies.
anything goes. So come on by on Sunday if
Yes,
you don't like the
anything
other
goes
two.
on a Sunday. We even had the likes of Jacqueline Seymour
I'm
on the
telling
show.
you.
We had the riff-raff on tonight.
The epitome of anything. I'm only serious.
Yes, we're only
Okay,
serious.
we're going to get out of here, man. But you guys are the best. Don't ever forget that. Thank you a million times over. And us personally, we'll see you next Friday. Until
Same
then.
time, same fat channel.
Until then, rock out with your cocks out.
Gee, Rand, what are we gonna do today?
Same thing we always do, Brit. Try and take over radio.
The Yankee and the Brit.
Yes, Yankee and the Brit.
One is a genius, the other's a twit.
On the radio, the genes have been spliced.
The Yankee and the Brit. Brit, 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 Brit. Before the show is done, the killing will have begun. By the end of the show, the heads will explode. The Yankee and the Brit, yes, Yankee and the Brit, the ranting campaign can never be explained. To prove their radio worth, they'll take over the earth. The Yankee and the Brit, 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 Brit.
Oh!